Hello everybody, welcome back to Tyranny. We are now Lord of the Spire, and we should have some stuff to do with it because we've unlocked this Spire module for the interface. But before we do that, I want to recruit Eb.
Salutations, Fatebinder. Or should I now call you Lord of Vendrian's Well? The Spire King? Prince of the Suggestive Vertical Slab.
I do like Prince of the Suggestive Vertical Slab, I gotta be honest, but Spire King is good. Kart will suffice though.
So if I might ask, what is your plan now? The edict no longer looms overhead, and Kyros' conquest of the tiers seems to be slipping, what with the armies and civil war.
I'm not really sure, but if what Tarek, what she said about the Scarlet Chorus and the Voices of Nerat working with the Vendrian Guard is correct, I will destroy them.
Then you have my full support. The Scarlet Chorus has grown in the years of conquest. Among the Horde are Tiersmen fighting because they felt there was no choice, as well as Tiersmen fighting to watch their homeland burn. It pains me we will have to slay some of the former.
Do you have any suggestions for me?
My first suggestion would be to build a boat. Something durable, and take our chances on the high seas far from Kyros.
I mean, that's probably not gonna happen. Also, I think we're like mystically bonded or something.
I have a second and more practical suggestion. Look to the horizon and slightly up. By that I mean the other spires. We should see what's atop the others. Otherwise someone else might look first.
Yeah. I mean, if we look here on this thing, is that how many spires there are? That is a lot of spires. I thought there was gonna be like 2, maybe 4 more based on these, and they would be teleporters that unlocked. But there might actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 more. That is a lot! And I'm also having like a sort of theory brewing that maybe Kyros is actually a mage or someone who has access to similar artifacts like the Spire. And that's how they became an overlord. And maybe once we gather more of these spires, we might actually be a match for them in power. And we might actually have the option to overthrow Kyros. What do you know about the spires?
Not nearly enough, apparently. To me, they've always been axioms of navigation. You can triangulate a lot of things with the sextant and a clear view to a spire or two. We've long known the spires radiate strong magical fields, and all save the mountain spire connect to the old walls. So it's the sort of thing common folk know from afar, but avoid day to day.
So it's some sort of ley line sort of thing? First order of business, I should go talk to Tunon.
I would counsel you to do just that. I'm sure the events of Vendrian's Well are best explained from your mouth to Tunon's ears. Furthermore, I'd guess the Archon of Justice would want to know your take on the Archons and their divide.
I say it's my first order of business, but my first order of business is actually just exploring my new stronghold. That is all I have for now.
Well, short of Tunon giving you orders on pain of death, you have the luxury of acting on your own volition. Though the Scarlet Chorus are likely to come for you. Whatever you decide, I'm at your disposal.
Your assistance would be most helpful, thank you.
And I am thankful to not be a bloody pile of offal in Vendrian's Well. Life under your banner will, I'm sure, prove most interesting.
Can we speak further? I kinda wanna recruit you if that's possible.
What is it you need?
I have need of your skills.
Of course. It's about time to stretch the old sea legs.
Lantry, I need you to stick behind for a bit, so we can check out what Eb is capable of. And to do that, we also have a new passive while we're in the tower. Spire rest bonus. 5 all skills, that's pretty handy. Let's see what she does. She has a lot of points in magical staff, control grave light, and tide casting. And lightning. But she's also leveled up. Let's go with some... maybe... Affliction Duration. Let's see what she has in terms of spells first. Tidal and Gravelight. So I'm thinking Tidal is more like... I guess water magic, and Gravelight is more spirit magic? Oh, Frighten. So it's ghost magic and water magic. I thought Tidal was gonna be more healing focused, but maybe not. Frost damage dealt. Sure, take that.
No reason
Welcome to the party, Eb. I would give you this and this that I took off of Lantry. And you're using a Syzygy, a two-handed arcane staff. Looks kind of badass, I gotta say. Thank you. Now, what does this do? Mountain Spire, so we can hire recruits in order to get skill ups and vendors and such. So that's upgrades. What about edicts? Select a region to view the information about this current edict. Edict of Storms. So if you have a spire, can you proclaim edicts? Is that what we're getting at? Or am I just seeing what sort of edict Kyros has proclaimed over the years? I guess we'll get a tutorial or something from that. And we also have resources we need to collect for the Spire, it seems. Bronze rings. I mean, I could hire someone. A battlefield scavenger. Tychon the Swindler, is that the dude? A swindler from the Bastard City who's able to acquire valuable items left unattended. So that is something I got from... oh, maybe the smuggler, remember that in the Conquest? We worked with a smuggler to take down the resistance or get access to the city. Maybe that's the one we worked with. Cool, let's head down. There's bound to be like some sort of scene down there. Down to Ascension Hall. Can I hold audience or something right here? The stone throne is caked with a solid layer of dust. Can I not sit in it? I want to sit in it.
Let's be off.
Doesn't appear to be anything around here. Let's check outside. This looks just the same. Oh, is this new? Or did I forget to loot that on my way in? Also, there's a whole wing here I haven't checked out. Locked iron gauntlets. Sure. We have unlocked a new upgrade for the Spire. Nice. Now what do you have in this wing? Is there anything I forgot? I mean, I probably forgot something because I didn't check this part of the castle out.
It's all in the reflexes.
Daggers. So I gotta find plans to, once I have a forge, to craft them. Interesting. That's where we came in. And this is the kitchen. I guess this whole place has been sort of respawned because there's a fog of war. So it's been respawned after I took it. But I hope the courtyard is still intact. I kind of want whatever I forgot out there. Because I was forced inside by the Scarlet Chorus. And we'll have to bring Eb for a combat or two to see how she works out. Otherwise, I'm gonna get Lantry back because Eb doesn't seem to have healing as I thought. He seems more like a Hydromancer. A bronze dagger, that's all they had? Maybe there's something up on these ramparts. Or something hidden around this tent. Anything? There's bound to be stuff. Yes, there is. Thank you. Oh! Oh, there's a bit outside here as well.
Interesting.
And some hidden items. I'm full up on camping supplies. Now, is there anyone outside the gates or anything? I probably need to hire guards to keep this place secure. Sort of like Kate Nua in Pillars of Eternity. There's bound to be remnants of the Vendrian Guard, or just looters who want to try their luck, or Scarlet Chorus trying to just be a pain in my balls. Thank you. Alright. Now, where do we want to go? Do we want to go to the disfavored, or do we want to go to Tunon ASAP? Let's see what we have here. Tunon awaits your return in the Bastard City. Investigate the spires. Find a way to Lefian's Crossing Spire. You've gained access to Haven. Okay, so this is called Haven. I'll take it. But it seems we have to go here first. No? What about this? Can I not go there? Aha! Look at this! We have unlocked an entire new damn world map. Jesus. That explains the Spire Edict map. I thought that looked a bit unfamiliar compared to what we've seen in the past. Nice. So, oh, that's one of the spires. Can we find more here? There's one down here. So that's 2, 3, 4. Also, they're connected to this old wall. Sunset Spire. Cool. But let's head over to this Bastard City and talk to Tunon. Tunon's court. Yes. And we don't have a time limit now that the edict has been taken care of. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. Which is a good thing, because this took like 2 days. Report to Tunon. Don't mind if I do. Lady Lucretius, can I chat with you? This well-dressed older woman stands apart from the milling crowd of nobles. She stares off into the distance, oblivious to your approach until you're right in front of her. Oh, greetings! Anda Lucretius, formerly of Thistleholm. You have the look of someone who belongs here, a Fatebinder, no doubt. Do you need something from me? What are all these nobles doing in Tunon's court? Trying to look brave, I warrant. But if you crane an ear to any of their conversations, you'll hear a different tale. 3 years since Tunon set up shop in the Bastard City, we're still getting used to our new masters and figuring out what we can and can't ask of them. These are smart, ring-plenty folk. The way they approach Tunon, you'd think they were raised under a tyrant's lash. Some have come to settle a grievance, others to pledge fealty. I've been standing around long enough to know that the adjudicator doesn't care for empty gestures. How has the Bastard City fared since the conquest? The armies claimed the city in a quieter, more organized manner than I might have expected. I can credit them that much, to be sure. You're welcome! Thanks to Kor's infiltrators, most of our officials were put to the sword before we surrendered. The chaos made a takeover easy for Kyros' forces, but controlling the city without any leaders to bend the knee was harder work. We've suffered our share of hardships, but it seems that Kyros wants us alive. That's a more generous outcome than some of us were led to believe. What brings you here? Like the rest of the frightened inbreds here, I came to see Tunon to ask him to right a wrong. My manor was destroyed during the conquest. I told the adjudicator my woes, but we didn't exactly see eye to eye. What is Fizzleholm? It was my family's ancestral hall. The oldest stones dated back to the years when the Bastard City was not but a dozen roofs and wagons clustered for warmth. Compared to the houses of the Great Lords, it was nothing special. Age had softened the wood, and its queer placement in the warehouse district set it apart from the finer grounds where lords and ladies strolled for amusements. It was a mess, but our mess all the same. I would invite you over for tea, something stronger even, but it would only disappoint. You'll find nothing there but a gaping hole. What happened? Collateral damage happened. When the Adjudicator casted judgment on the bastard city, he destroyed the district of the corrupt merchant kings. Their manors, their counting houses, and yes, their warehouses. Aged, dignified Fizzleholm collapsed as a massive sinkhole opened under her foundation. The bastard city's laws may not have been perfect by Kyros' standards, but my family followed them with respect, and never took a copper ring more than we deserved. I can't help but feel that my estate was not the criminal Tunon had in mind during his sentencing. So what are you going to do next? That's the question, isn't it? I appealed to the Adjudicator, thinking he would see reason. After considering my case for all of 8 seconds, he awarded me a belt of rings and a plot of land on the outskirts of the city. Tunon told me to build anew and start farming. Farming? Can you believe that? It's not even that I'm opposed to the labor, but we're in a war. I can't have the Scarlet Chorus breathing down my neck, raiding my crops, and Kyros knows what else. I mean, Kyros' laws were made to serve the masses, not the individual. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, as they say. I can appreciate that, especially when there's suffering or corruption on a grand scale. It all makes sense on parchment, doesn't it? I come from a long line of smart, ring-savvy merchants, but even I can't reconcile Tunon's justice with Kyros' law. There's something wrong about it all. Maybe Tunon knows something I don't. Or maybe... What do you mean? People come here for justice. They usually get a version of it, but it's Tunon's version, not theirs. Half of the time, they don't even get what they wanted out of a ruling in their favor. The deed to a farm, for instance. Not to put my own ignorance on display, but if more people knew how Kyros' laws worked, they might not come here seeking a ruling at all, even a fair one. Tunon is a servant of law, but he's the Overlord's vassal as much as any of us. Sometimes it seems like he uses his position to twist everything in the Empire's favor. We're just pieces on the board, and he can move us wherever the law justifies that we stand. That doesn't sound, well, legal. I mean... Kyros defines the law. That isn't for either of us to question. I suppose not. The Bastard City used to have laws of woman and mankind, but now we have the laws of the Overlord. The people will get accustomed to it in time, and so will I. Good day, Fatebinder. Thank you. So we got a little gossip there on how the Bastard City is ruled these days. What's up over here? Oh, we got Bitterquip. Haven't seen him in a while. These two are new, right? Blood Mulch and Mocking Blaze. Was Mocking Blaze one of the casters? No, I think Bitterquip is the only one we've met. And these two are new as well, I think. Sevius is an old friend. Oh, there's Tunon himself.
You call yourselves officers of Kyros' army, but your conduct falls short of my expectations. The court finds your accounts of Vendrian's well lacking, rife with misdirection and fallacy, fouled with baseless accusation.
The shadows beneath Tunon's cloak darken and flare around him. Murmurs of unease erupt in the court. Let's listen. Your Honor, I have relayed the events as I experienced them. You can well imagine why my version conflicts with his. On my honor, and on that of the great general, I would sooner snap my sword than perjure myself before you, Archon. Oh, so you imply that falsehood comes easier to my lips than yours? You are a fool if you believe the Archon of Justice won't see through your lies because the disfavored think themselves better than an honest gang.
Silence. The contradictions in your statements will be examined, and falsities threshed from truths. If we find you have perjured yourselves, Bled and Mark will see to your fate.
Who's Bled and Mark? Kyros' knife in the shadows. So basically a assassin? Cool. The Archon turns and you feel his gaze upon you.
Fatebinder, we will start with the matter of the Archons. Graven Ash and the Voices of Nerat have declared war upon each other. In addition to violating Kyros' peace, they have thrown the conquest of the Tears into disarray. By all accounts, these hostilities began shortly after your arrival. Tell us what transpired.
Why would I lie to him? He's basically my boss, and for whatever reason, or rather, compared to the armies, he seems to be like the rule of law, which is basically what I am. That's what I'm about, at least. Like being lawful, but let's put it this way. If you're familiar with old Dungeons & Dragons alignments, I feel like the Scarlet Chorus are more like neutral or chaotic evil, even. And the, I guess, disfavored are lawful evil. So they are bound by honor, but still willing to do evil things. This guy might be more like lawful neutral, perhaps? He'll do what it takes to maintain Kyros' rule. Does that make any sense? Anyway, the Archons could not agree on who should lead the siege, and descended into accusations of treachery. It seems a mutual spat. The disfavored were more deserving of the honor. Our tactics and training outmatched the Vendrian Guard at every turn. What balderdash! The disfavored couldn't tip over a straw hut if they had a week to strategize. Our howling mob was better equipped to overwhelm the Vendrian Guard. Our recruits were ready to throw themselves at the enemy, if only Ash and his legion would agree to a plan.
The Fatebinder presents testimony. I warn you both against speaking out of turn. Something more than a mere disagreement unraveled this campaign. But I will return to that in time. Let us speak of Ascension Hall. The disfavored sing your praises across the realm, though the Scarlet Chorus appeal for charges of treason. Perhaps you can offer a more enlightened account.
I claim the Citadel with a small unit of disfavored.
An efficient solution. The type I would expect from a capable agent. Tell me though, with the edict looming overhead and death the price of failure, why not employ the numerical advantage of the Scarlet Chorus?
Do I want to call the voices out? That is the question. Yes, I do. Let's be honest, I do. He has been a son of a bee this whole time. The Voices of Nerat provoked Ash at every turn. I suspected treachery. For a long while, the Adjudicator hovers in silence, shadows trailing from below his robes.
I will consider this testimony at length. The court thanks you for it. Is there anything you wish to add at this time?
I wonder if there would be info that I could have sussed out with different choices. Because I feel like this, there would be choices here. Or there wouldn't be have been a choice, if you get what I mean. I have told you all that I know.
Your testimony is accepted by the court. The statements of our guests raise questions in my mind. There is much about this campaign that has caused me to wonder. A shipment of iron weapons was short on arrival. Where coveted iron is concerned, I don't believe it to be a clerical error. One of my agents recovered this seal in Echo Call. It belongs to a merchant collective. Lethian's Crossing is teeming with their kind. If you would root out treachery, I would advise starting there. Petitioners, leave us. I would have a private audience with the Fatebinder. Ascend and join me. You will find the way opened.
Sweet! I gotta be honest, I really like Tunon so far. But we'll have to talk to him more. What are you guys? Oh, more Fatebinders. I can't wait to talk to you as well. Get to know you. My fellow Fatebinders. However, that is gonna be a tale for another day. Hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below and share the videos around. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time.